Let's get started exactly where we are, seated at our desk, coming into a pigeon variation. I'd like you to take one ankle across the lap. It's really important that the ankles stay flexed in order to protect the knee. Take a breath, inhale, extend the trunk, make the low back long. Exhale, use the weight of the trunk to add leverage, forcing that hip into a little bit more opening. Inhale. Exhale. Now I'm changing angles just so you can get a different view of the posture, but we're just doing the second side here. Starting by flexing the ankle. Inhale, extend the trunk. Exhale, use the weight of the trunk to open up the hip. Slow, even breathing here. A couple more breaths. So after 5 breaths, we're going to come into a second variation. You could do the same thing another round, or if your hip feels like it's opening up a little bit, you can bring the heel a little bit closer to the pelvis. Again, making sure that there's no pain on the inside of the knee. What you want to think here is that you're squeezing the heel towards the hip, which will feel like squeezing in the kneecap. Again, just 5 breaths. And then after 5 breaths, release it and take it on the other side. So again, you can start in the figure 4, the pigeon, or if your hip has more space, bring the heel closer to the pelvis. You can add extra leverage with the hand or the forearm or not. Really focus on squeezing the kneecap. One more breath here. Exhale, slowly release. Our next posture will be a seated forward fold. It's really important we don't hang on our low back. So what you want to do is let the knees bend and let the belly drop against the legs. You can stay on the elbows if you have more space. Reach down, grab the ankles. Maybe you have the option to grab the elbows. And the last piece of the puzzle will be to flex the ankles. This adds more stretch to the back of the legs. Focus on the breath here as you inhale. It should feel like your upper back is expanding, getting wider, getting more full up. Exhale, let your trunk drop into your lower body. Inhale in the upper back. Exhale, trunk falls. One more breath. Now using the hands to support yourself back up, we're coming into our final posture from the seated position. Lastly, coming into an upper back stretch. Go ahead and interlace your fingers. Now, when you're here, what you want to feel is the elbows pushing straight down into the desk, and it should feel like your chest or your collarbone is lifting up to your thumbs. Keep the elbows in line with the shoulders, making sure they don't splay out. So 5 breaths here. This might be your capacity. If you have more space, just slide your butt back in your chair and then drop your head down. And again, this is just an exaggeration of the first option. Always extracting more benefit by focusing on the breath. Inhale, breathe into your upper back. Exhale, stretch it out by letting the body hang towards the lower body. Slowly start to make your way back up. Our next postures are if you have a standing desk specifically, but if you don't, of course, you can just do these at a traditional desk as I'm demonstrating here. We are going to start with some calf raises just to help the circulation come back into the body. I'm taking off my shoes. If that's an option, that's the best, but of course, you don't have to. Going for 10. 7, 8, 9, 10. On the last, try to balance for 5 breaths. Keep your tailbone in, keep your ribs in. Keep breathing. Exhale, drop it down. Take a moment, stretch out the calves, a little or a lot, increasing the intensity by leaning forward. Okay. Next, we're coming into standing balance. I'm putting my shoes back on because I just want you to see that it can be done with your shoes on, so you're not the office weirdo. So our first variation is to use chair support to help with the balance. Inhale, I'm grabbing onto the front of the knee. My second hand is holding onto the chair for balance support. What you really need to focus on is keeping the standing legs straight. Squeeze your butt. Full 5 breaths. And switching sides. Of course, you can stay using chair support or some sort of support for balance, but if it's available to you without the balance, option 1 is to grab the front of the knee to help with pulling the leg up, or you can push into the leg to add resistance, to utilize more strength. Lastly, I'm using a prop of a pen or a pencil, whatever you have available. The smaller it is, the easier it is, so I wouldn't recommend a marker to begin with. Squeeze the knee. We're coming into flexion for 5 breaths. Make sure you're not leaning back, lean forward. Directly into extension. Notice I'm keeping my tailbone down and not letting my low back get curvy. Squeeze the pencil and push your heel back. Okay, after 5 breaths, we're going to do the other side. And again, I'm just giving you an alternate view. Same exercise. Inhale. I'm squeezing the pencil, knee to the chest for 5 breaths. Exhale. Keep your tailbone in. Push the heel behind you. Use support as needed to balance. Exhale, release. Coming back to the original side. Inhale, flexion. Exhale, push the heel extension. Inhale, internal rotation. Make sure you're not swinging your hip, but that your knee is turning in and your heel is swinging out. Just the shin should be moving. Switch sides. Inhale, knee to the chest, flexion. Exhale, extension. Inhale, maintain the hips, open up the shin, internal rotation. Back to the original side. Flexion, extension, internal rotation, shin out, abduction, like a fire hydrant posture. You should feel the squeeze on the outside of your butt. Second side. Flexion, extension, internal, shin out, external, open the thigh, maintain the hips, squeeze your butt. Lastly, external rotation. Knee up, flexion, heel back, extension, open the shin, squeeze the thigh out, knee towards the armpit. Exhale, release. Second side. Flexion, knee up, extension, heel back, internal, abduction, squeeze the butt, open the thigh, knee towards the armpit, external rotation. Exhale, release. Our third set of postures are when you're sneaking away to the bathroom. So coming into a neck stretch, just push the hand into the wall. Make sure it's a direct extension of the body, not up, not down, not too front, not too back. You should feel like the side of the neck is stretching. The ear goes towards the shoulder. Next, take the chin towards the collarbone, going at about a 45-degree angle. That thick muscle that attaches the skull to the neck. Deep breaths. Keep pushing the wall with the heel of the hand. Next, grab your head like a sit-up, tuck your chin. Make the back of the neck nice and long. Coming to the second side. So again, I'm mimicking a wall just so you can see the view, but wall support is much more effective. Stretch out the side of the neck, push the heel of the hand. Keep breathing. Shoulders stay soft. Jaw stays soft. Next, this is that chunk of muscle that I'm referring to. That's the part you want to stretch. So grab the back quarter of the head. Take the chin towards the collarbone. Keep pushing the wall. Again, like a sit-up, chin to the chest. Inhale, lift up, extend. Make sure you don't drop the head back. That's why we're continuing to hold like a sit-up. Exhale, release. Okay. Next, just do some twisting. Really nice for being your own chiropractor. Maybe you can get some pops out of this. So I'm going back and forth about 10 times each side. You can continue to do this with the arms bent. If you feel any sensitivity, keep the arms bent. If it feels like your back is okay with it, you can extend the arms. This is more leverage, it's a deeper twist, but also this helps on an energetic level, helps activate the chi. It's very common in Qigong and Tai Chi to do this movement. No effort, just momentum swinging the arms. Lastly, doing a spinal rotation, going through all planes of movement. Laterally, stretch the waist. Elbow towards the opposite hip bone. It's around the SI joint. Belly button. Opposite SI joint. Waist, side of the waist. Inhale up. Exhale side. Baby twist. Belly button. Baby twist. Side extension. One more time. And let's just initiate from the other side. This alternate view. Side. Back quarter of the back, SI joint area. Belly button. Quarter, SI joint area. Side. And up. Two more on your own. Follow your breath. Giving yourself a hug. Let's take a seat for our energizing breath work, Kapalabhati. Kapalabhati is only a forceful exhale, no inhalation, or you will hyperventilate. People with blood pressure issues should not do this practice. Just breathe normally. So, using the thumb and the ring finger, we're just going to do the right side, which is our energy side. Plug the left. Forceful exhales from the diaphragm. Let's do 10, 20, 30, your choice. Just exhaling. After you've finished, take 3 slow breaths, matching the inhale to the exhale, using the full capacity of the lungs. Okay, back to work.